And I left the overlay up. And there we go. And hello. Welcome to Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. You're watching Late Night. I am Bill. I am late. I had a wonderful day. I went to visit a friend of mine named Steve Thomas in Oxford. We discussed magic for a lot of hours. Then me and my wife went to my daughter's house and we had a steak dinner. I ended up cooking the steaks for them, but they cooked all the trimmings, baked potato loaded with green beans, and just a wonderful day. And got home late. And I know you see the pretty lady in the thumbnail. That is a picture of my wife. It has been cartoonized, of course, but it looks very pretty. I put that in there. What are we going to talk about and what are we going to do tonight? I have no idea. There aren't very many of us here. A couple of comments has already showed up on the screen, and it's Adam from Radical Toys. Had a nice barbecue earlier. Steak and peppers. That sounds good, man. I am full to the gills, man. Full to the gills. I went and did a naughty thing and bought myself a soda, though. And I do have some coffee ready to go over here if necessary. Nobody's here. We'll give everybody a chance to show up if anybody will. I think everybody's over there at Ostradamus's Toys. He's got a show going on. I'm usually going off the air about now. So I always do a late night, so I thought I would come on. I don't know how well everything is looking. And Adam says I'm up late as usual. Adam, if you want me to, I'll shoot the link and you can come in and play if you would like. And just let me know there in the chat if you would like to come in, and I'll shoot you a link on Instagram. I want to see if I can get a hold of Rolo there as well. Like I said, I wasn't prepared today to get home in time, so I just said to hell with it. I had a lot I had to do today. I'm hoping I'm coming in loud and clear, and that my stream is going to cooperate. I've had some stream issues here in the past, and it's bothered me. Okay, Adam, I'll drop a link to you, and you can drop in whenever you would like. Go over here to my messages here, and I will drop you a link. I'm gonna drop Clifton one too. And let's see where you're at, Adam. There you are. And I'm going to paste that link in there and send it to you. And let's see who else might be about tonight. Don't look like he's active, though. There we go. All right, we'll see who shows up, if anybody. Well, there's one person here, and I will tell you that I have got a bunch of stuff that I picked out to show you guys tomorrow. I got some custom stuff that finally arrived, and we'll just see how things go. I'm going to probably hurt myself just a little bit because I'm gonna grab some stuff because we need to have something to show tonight. So I'm gonna look around and see if I can't find something that I can quickly up. And let me know, guys, what you guys have been up to. Hit the comment section after this is over with. If you're watching the replay, let me know how your day went. I'm very curious if you're having a good weekend. Like I said, I really shouldn't be on because I really don't have anything to say or do, but I just couldn't help myself. I always do a late night on a Saturday night, so here I am with one viewer. My normal set is not here. They don't know that I'm even on. They probably said, well, he's not going to go on, so we were not even going to bother. So that may be what happened. But while I'm on, looking about, I can test some things and see if these things are gonna cooperate tonight. I want to see if this toy cam will come up. Yeah, there he goes. Let's see if it's gonna stay up and running like it's supposed to, or if it's gonna cause things to slow down and mess me up. Well, I've had some really tough things happen in the past, but we're on the toy cam. There we go. Got the old toy cam going there. And you can see one of my new acquisitions there. It's Zodak riding in his chair. And I've got him balanced on top of a of a large die there. I don't know how well that's showing up there on camera there. There we go. Now you kind of don't see it. He's riding here in his chair, ready to ply the spaceways. There we go. And that was one of my newest acquisitions that I got here recently. Back up just a little bit there. You can see him a little better. There we go. Take him off of that die. That die ain't doing me no good. Now, there he goes. Zodak's chair. Kind of thinking about maybe should I leave it the silver color that it is, or should I repaint the whole thing orange to match the scheme of the original Castle Grayskull throne? Let me know in the comments. See, I've got a couple more viewers. If you're out there viewing the show, let me know so I can shout you out in the chats. We're just messing around here, trying to see if my internets are going to cooperate with me like they normally do not. But everything seems to be looking pretty good. There is Adam right there. Let me add him into the stream here. Hey, man, what's going on,
How
Adam?
doing? Hey,
doing good, man.
Up late night,
hanging out. Hey, look,
usual.
yeah, the girls have showed up, man. We got Susudio and we got OBS. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, cool. Got started kind of late. She says, I didn't notice. When did you come on?
Usually.
About 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I usually come on. I'll come on about 10 o'clock and stay on until about 11. As I was saying earlier, I had quite a day. I went and spent most of the day visiting with a very, very good friend of mine. He's been on the show before. He's a magician. His name is Steve Thomas. And we discussed magic for hours and hours and hours on end and had a great time. And then I spent the rest of the evening with my daughter. and we had a steak dinner.
Hmm.
And I cooked the steak, and they cooked everything else, and we hung out and just visited. They don't paint it all orange, keep some silver. Okay. I may paint just the chair orange. What do you think, Adam? Did you see the Zodiac chair I had a minute ago?
I didn't see it, no, because I was getting ready here to jump on with you.
Let me see if I can. Well, there my camera ain't paint. There it goes. You can see it there. All right. So let me embiggen that image and let you look at it for a minute. You can see there that the Zodiac chair is painted silver. That's the way the customizer did it. He's from Argentina. It took a long time for him to get it done and sent to me, but Zodiac's sitting there in his chair. So, and the question I asked earlier was, should I paint everything the orange to match the Grayskull throne, or should I leave it silver? What do you think, Adam?
I kind of like it the way it is, to be honest, because it's just something different.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I mean,
I
orange is
think
his traditional look or whatever, but I do like it that way because it's just something different. I like it.
uh-huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like it is for right
That's
now
fair.
anyway. So YouTube didn't give me notice. Did you put up an ad? No, no. Usually I put the notice up on my page. The upcoming notice on my page is usually done early in the morning on Saturday. But I had to run out and get the Michael so we could sell Riley's all far and away. Anything.
I think we lost you. Did we, Bill?
Yeah. You lost me there for a minute, as usual. It's my
Yeah,
internet's
I think you're back too.
my
You're good now.
internet's. Yeah. Yeah. See, maybe a metallic kind of orange for the chair, highlight the basement. That's a good idea, OBS. I might do that.
Right.
See,
There.
OBS says I had steak
My
sandwich and
puppet.
egg
It
and
seems to be working
cheese,
now.
grilled sourdough. Oh, you trying to get your puppet to work? Let me throw him up.
Oh,
Let me
it
throw him
works
up over
now.
here.
Yeah, I was just
Uh,
having an issue with it there for a
okay.
second, but it's working good now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the silver chair. It looks pretty good.
Personally, like it better silver, maybe a little bit of black shading or accent. But
Yeah.
yeah, do that. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast there, guys. You know how my internet does. Hey, look, there's Radical Mom. Hi, Bill. Up late on vacation. She's saying hey to you. Maybe watching your
Oh
stream.
wow, she's up late.
Yeah. She had corned beef and cabbage homemade today. Had a great time. That's good. Skeletor's face is
She's
moving.
up visiting my sister up in Ontario vacation.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, OBS. You've seen Radical Toys Adam on the show
Yep.
before. He usually doesn't show his face anymore. He's usually one of the characters as a puppet, whether it's Masters of the Universe or Superman or whatever is on his mind at the time. Last time I saw you, you were Darkseid,
Yep.
and the puppet
I
can
think I was
move.
Darkseid over Eternity in the Ellipses episode. Yep.
You were. You were. That's where I saw you. Yeah, the puppet can move. His arms can move. He can wave at you, and his mouth and eyes usually move to.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I can wave to you, and I can do all kinds of cool stuff there. I can wave to you. I can make the battle damage rotate, and all kinds of cool
that's
stuff.
pretty cool. I like that, man. I like that. That is kind of neat. That is kind of neat. A lot of little things we can do with
Yeah,
the OBS, isn't there?
it's one of my new puppets I just got done.
Yeah, Battle Armor
Oh, I
Skeletor.
love it because it's such a great overlay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. He's the one I
Let's
had
see.
growing up. I don't think I had the one with the harness growing up.
Oh, really? A lot of the younger guys
Yeah.
only had Battle Armor Skeletor because you couldn't get the other Skeletor; it just wasn't available. Oh, let's see. Are we going to do another spotlight again, House Largo? There will be one more spotlight coming. I don't know when, but we're going to spotlight Zorro when we do it, OBS, and Largo will be here for that. And it will be Largo's final time with us here on Late Night. Largo has launched his own channel called Largo's Lair, and he's spending a great deal of his time taking care of that, and he's no longer able to spend the time that it takes to co-host this show and to do the spotlights. And as I said before, when I talked about Largo doing the spotlights, that was a lot of those spotlights were all Largo's work. He worked really hard on those, and I contributed mostly just websites for him to do research on. He did all the slides and the music and the videos and all of that. And he's transferring most of that energy over to his own page. But we had promised to do Zorro, and that he is working on that. He's got the slides ready, but he don't have much else done. But whenever he gets not as busy as he's been, he said that he would come over here for one more late night. I don't know when that will be.
Yep.
And Ocean Breeze Salty said she liked the
Yeah, he's
wrestle
been
Member
going full
Berry.
force on his channel, has
Yeah, he has. If you guys haven't subscribed to Largo's Lair or watched Largo's Lair, I suggest that you do so as soon as possible because it is lots going on over there. He and Will McLaughlin of Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, uh, they both kind of work together over there, getting that channel going, and they do like a Monday show spotlighting Action Force, various members of Action Force, going into the lore of the toy line, not just the toy line itself, but the backstory and the storyline that's presented in the comics and then on the file cards on the figures and stuff like that. And Largo also does the Largo's Lounge, where he invites different people to come in and hang out with him. It's pretty cool. See, Susudio says, I
Yep.
need to learn how to do that since I'm homely and I'm considering making a YouTube channel and I don't want to show my face. Well, you don't necessarily have to show your face. You can just show an icon like this right here if you want to. But if you want to go all full force, Adam has a Patreon. If you join his Patreon, he goes step by step in how he makes his puppets.
Yep. Yeah, I can easily teach you how to do it if you got the software, but you need a couple programs in order to do it. But the main program you use is Adobe Character Animator, and then you have to use OBS Studio as the
Right. Now the Adobe Character Animator, how much does that cost? Or did you get it by other means?
it's like it's not very it's not like super either. So you can get it like a monthly fee, or you can get like the yearly fee or whatever. I can't remember exactly the full cost of it off of my head, but it's
Okay.
a great program because it's people that like to draw and bring their anime.
Oh, I don't know how
Tons
to
of
do it.
tutorials on YouTube for it too. There's a guy named OK Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
OK Samurai does the best tutorials.
Susudio says she doesn't even know how to make an icon. An icon is just a picture. You can go on the internet and find your favorite picture and turn it into your icon just by when you go into StreamYard, you just tell StreamYard to use that picture as your on-screen icon when your camera stopped. And uh, if
But
you're nice to
if
Adam, Adam might
is
help you
is
create
is Sue
something.
Studio on Instagram?
I don't know. I know she's got an
Yeah, I
email
was just gonna
address.
say, because you're on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, she's got an email. That's the only way I
Yeah, you
contact
can
with
hit
her.
me up by email. I'm mostly available.
Huh. Oh yes, I'm totally dull with pewter stuff. Lucky I can do what I can do. And I think OBS, you have a Chromebook, don't you? Yeah. Hey, it's Wilhelm. Hey, what's going on, Will? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, welcome in.
And Cecilia says, right now I don't have a laptop or a tablet since they're both out of date. Yeah. And Radical Mom says, I've been watching Jim as well as yours, Bill, while I'm away. Yeah, Jim's a cool show, man. And everybody's saying hey to each other. And
Yep.
Susudio says that she's on Facebook, Twitter, and Truth Social.
I wonder if Loretta's working tonight there, Radical Mom. She must be working tonight.
Mm. Yeah. I've got a Facebook,
Probably
but
see
I
your
don't.
mom up this late.
Yeah, I am too. I'm surprised to see anybody up this late. I figured that those who are up late would be over
You can
there
hit me up. You can hit me up
phenomenal.
on Twitter. It's just Radical Toys. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I've been super busy catching with replays when I can. Well, Will, I know you've been working really hard on not only your own channel, but you've been working really hard with Largo over there with his channel and being a co-host with him with the lounges and stuff like that. So, look, I found out when I started my YouTube channel that your time gets short. Have you noticed that, Adam? That you don't get to do all what you want to do.
Yep. Story of my life because I plug 4 or 5 hours a day at least during the weekdays on YouTube, and it's like my next thing you know, your day's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you live stream all
You know, you
during the
got to
day.
keep up. You're doing what you're for your channel.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
live stream all during the day. I
what you're
can't
doing
catch half
for
of
your
what you do
channel or
because I'm at
whatever.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to play catch up with people too, right? Like I have to play catch up with like all throughout the week. I'll have to be like, I'll pick a couple people that I need to catch up on, and then so on and so forth. Because you can't catch every single person. There's so many of us.
No, you can't. And we all realize that. I know that everybody that's got their own channels is not going to be able to
Yeah,
hear catch every time I get on, and I'm not going to be able to go catch them. And a lot of times the replays are what I end up watching. I'm not watching them when they're live.
yep.
And let's see.
Even
Will
if
just
I
got
just what I do if I don't have if I don't have the time, I'll just drop on and hit the like button. If I don't have time, I can at least do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can go in and give them some likes. That helps the algorithm, if anything else. Will says, I just hired 3 new employees and I'm fully staffed, so I should have some more free time. Well, that's good, man. I know you've had a heck of a time over there with your staffing issues. And
Yeah.
Radical Mom is telling you that she's off today and she's in bed, but Radical Mom's up late answering your question from earlier.
Oh, okay. She must be sleeping then. Right.
See, working full time plus trying to balance work and play has been challenging. Yes, it can be challenging. That's what happened to me today. That's why I'm on so late. Was because I spent the day with Steve Thomas in Oxford talking magic, and then spent the evening with my daughter. So I got home late and got started late. Yeah, I've got a Coca Cola here. I was naughty and got that on the way home. But guess what? I'm a really, really bad boy. I got a cup of coffee too. So I'm doing them both. Isn't that awful? I'm gonna be a
You're gonna
caffeine
be up.
free. Yeah, I'm gonna be up for a while. Not enough time in the day for everything. The story of our lives, OBS. 2 weekends and also had the grandkids. Oh, I heard that the last time that you were here that you took the grandkids out and made a Hot Wheels ramp and played Hot Wheels. So you got to tell us all about that. And Will, if you want to come on the show and hang out for a
Right
little
on.
bit, I will send you a link if you would like. Bill, you are always busy.
Yeah, you can drop in because uh, I gotta head out anyway. But yeah, you can drop in if you
Yeah,
want. So I'm gonna head out, Bill. But I'll be in the chat listening to you. I just got a few things I gotta
that's
do.
fine. All right, cool, man. I'm glad to have you on, man.
I just want to drop in and say hello.
Now I'm
Yeah,
glad
for
you
sure,
did,
man.
man.
It's good to see you again.
All right. There
All
he
right,
is.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Yeah, sure. And I am sending you a link there, Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, to see if you would like to be on. No pressure. Any new tricks? We talked magic, but I didn't learn anything today. We were going through a box of manuscripts that another magician had given me recently, and I had not had a chance to really go through it. And pretty much Steve was like, "I'll take that one," and I'm like, "I'll take that one." And then we had like two boxes, one for him and one for me, and then one in the middle of stuff to give to somebody else, some stuff we didn't really want. So, and you are a caffeine junkie. Absolutely, I'm a caffeine junkie. Hey,
Hey, how's it going,
man,
Bill? Long time no
glad you
see, man.
showed up, man. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, I was just I was getting in a chat and I saw the names and I was like, oh, I miss everyone,
Yeah, I know. I missed
seeing
you, man. But I
ODS,
hate,
seeing
although I missed you, I've seen you plenty over there at Largo's Lounge. So there
yeah,
we go.
yeah, it's a little easy. A lot of times those are like right when I get home from work, and my wife works till 9 p.m. Eastern every day, so I've got like 3 hours between like when I get home. So we usually like we'll prep and do dinner late, and stuff like that when she gets out of work. So um, it works out easier for me to do
Hang
something
on a
like in that time.
second. Internet.
Uh oh, Bill's frozen. He's a portrait now. So well, I've got you to myself, chat. How you been doing? uh, Hi, Radical Mom. I also want to say, Adam, that new overlay you're using with Skeletor looks fantastic. That is really nice. It's the first time I saw it.
Yeah, he just made that one. Sorry about going out on you there. You know how my internet does me.
No, that's all right. That's the internet gremlins. Just you know.
Yeah, they do what they do. Been gorgeous weather in Ohio in the 70s during the day
Ooh,
and 50s at night, and unfortunately rain and 43 on Monday. Yeah, spring is going to tell us
yeah,
that it ain't over yet.
but that's not bad. I
Yeah,
like that. Highs of 70s or 80s, and then just 50s or 60s during the nights. Not so bad.
yeah. It's actually about it's 69 degrees out there. It was 73 when we got home around 10 o'clock.
That's cool.
But
Well, I
but
I
you
saw
live
you
in
had.
Florida. It's always warm in Florida, isn't it?
It's always freaking hot. It's sticky. Yeah, it's not. We don't get those. We had like overcast for like 3 days straight, and it was like really nice. I actually liked it. I was like, oh, I wish these clouds would just stay here forever.
Hmm. And Susudio says that just been enjoying sitting outside. I like to do
That's
that. I
good.
used to do that a lot when I was younger. Just get a folding chair and just sit out in the front yard in the shade.
It's very nice.
Hmm.
I agree. I'd say 70. I could handle the 80s. Isn't so bad
Hmm.
with no humidity. But once you get up past the 90s, which it was today, oh, it's awful. Just
Let
terrible.
me ask you a question, Will. Did you ever get that Colts 3D file for Zodak's chair when you were collecting files there a while back?
I don't remember, but I thought I did. Was that one that you had to pay for, or was it?
I think you had to pay for it. It was around the same time that you got the
Yeah,
blood flows.
the Blood
The
Falls thing was only like $1.99. It was really reasonable, right?
yeah, and I think that the chair was
Yeah.
about the same price. It wasn't much. There was a
Let me
guy in
see. I'm
Argentina that's
looking.
actually printing that stuff.
No, I don't think I did because it's $5. I'm looking at it now. Maybe there
Yeah,
was a free one though. Maybe I never bought it, but oh no, I see one here. Here, can I share my screen? Oh, is that the
sure,
one?
sure. Yeah,
Oh, hold
this
on.
is it right
Hold
here.
that up again. That is this one. It's 4.95. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
There's another one
Well,
that has a really small base, and it's 379.
yeah,
And that's why I was gonna.
I think one of our friends here on YouTube did the small one, but
Oh,
this
who is
other
that?
my buddy's customs maybe.
Oh, cool, cool.
Anyway, this one here is the same Colts 3D file that you're looking at.
Hmm.
A guy in Argentina does these and sells them on eBay. Now it costs a little bit to get them, especially considering the shipping costs, and he also paints them.
Yeah.
Uh, but what I want to do, and I really don't want to mess up that one right there to do that. I want just the base and the chair, the chair, and I might just pick up a real chair because it's made for the real chair. I mean, you can either 3D print the chair.
Yeah, you could easily cut that model in half at any point.
Well,
Once
the
you
thing is,
have the
the
model, you
chair
could.
prints, but what the chair prints separately from the base because
Oh,
the
it
chair,
does. Oh,
yeah, the chair can actually replace the Grayskull chair if you want it to. It's got
okay.
the clip on the bottom and the little peg and everything. So you could actually just print the base and put an actual vintage Grayskull chair on it.
Oh, well, that's really good news. So tomorrow, my plan is I had to work today. I've been working Saturdays as well. So
Mhm.
um, anyway, I'm planning on doing some moving tomorrow. So I may be setting up shops elsewhere. And once I'm set up there, it should be a lot easier to get things.
Are you moving to the garage like you've been told to by Largo?
Yes, yeah, I've been planning on doing this for months now, and
Hmm.
yeah, I'm kind of going for it. So I'm going to make as much. I might not be moved in, but I'll make a huge chunk of progress tomorrow. I have
You,
nothing else to do.
there
Like I
you
told
go.
you, the last couple weekends it was grandkids. The last couple weekends, just working 6-day weeks, and so the last 2 weekends we had the grandkids. I got nothing on the plate this weekend. Store is fully staffed. I have I have I
And
think
did you
close
finally
to
found a
two.
knucklehead to work for you the other day, one that could read and everything, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, and he worked out well. He's doing a really great job. I've got about 7, almost 8 weeks of pay time off accumulated that I haven't been able to use in a long time. So,
Wow.
I could
Wow.
pretty much take 2 months off and still get paid for it. But I mean, obviously things wouldn't function. I can't do that, but I have that much accumulated. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm also going to, do a couple of little staycations, maybe just extend my weekends or whatnot.
Yeah, that sounds like a winner, a good plan.
Yeah.
I wish I had. Well, I wish they gave us that many paid days off where I work at.
Yeah, it's been years. I took a vacation in 2020, and that was the last time. Oh no, I went to Joe Fest last year. I'm sorry, but I did that in 5 days. So
I can remember the last vacation I took, but I can't remember when it was.
yeah,
I took an extended weekend off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we all went in my motorcycle club. We all went to a place called the Rattlesnake Saloon in Alabama. They were having a motorcycle rally out there and spent
that
the week.
sounds like a fun place.
Oh yeah, there was a big sign, clothing optional as you came in.
That's great.
Mm.
It's never the ones you want to see, but
No, it's not. No,
uh,
there was one little man that looked like a little bag of bones, and he walked around in the nude the whole time he was there. Even rode his motorcycle around the grounds with nothing on.
great. Yeah, yeah. Nothing. Oh god.
Last week there was a situation across the street to me that looked like an episode of Cops. Ooh.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I used to watch that occasionally, but I found myself rooting for the criminals sometimes. But they usually what they did on there, they edited that show to the point where all they showed was the really, really stupid ones. And the ones that you wish the cops would just go on and beat up and take to jail.
Yeah, kind of like you want to just watch the highlight reel. That's it's a great thing, just show me the highlights and let's move on. I don't need to see, because they would go on and
Mad,
on and
Mad
on.
TV. You ever watch? You remember when Mad TV came on, with the one with Will Sasso on it?
Who's that? I don't know the names, but I
Will
would know
Sasso.
him if I saw him.
He was a big old guy, and he was one of the main players on Mad TV. It was kind of like a version of Saturday Night Live, but
Yeah, I
they
remember
ran.
Mad TV, but I just don't know like the
Well,
cast
there were two
names.
different versions of that. There was one on Cartoon Network, which was more of a cartoon show, and then there was one that was on what was that called back then? Paramount, CW.
You see,
Before
or UPN, wasn't
UPN,
UPN like that?
UPN, yeah, that's
UPN or
it.
something like.
Yeah, and it was more like a Saturday Night Live, but they did a spoof of Cops on there, but they did it with stop motion animation and puppets and toys, and it was called Clops, and it was Cops in Toyland.
Was it kind of like Mr. Bill? Oh no, Mr. Bill!
It was almost like that, but it had toys on it, and they got called to like this little trailer park, and you could see the little toy trailers in there, and Barbie was out there smoking a cigarette, and
so it's like
G.I. Joe had assaulted her, and he was drunk, and then he went crazy, and they beat him up and carried him to jail. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember Mr. Bill, and I used to actually feel bad for Mr. Bill. I was really young at the time. I didn't get it,
Yeah, that was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, they always crushed him though, and it really hurt my feelings. I was like, no, don't do that to him. Like, why did you hurt him? But I know it now as an adult. It was just a joke.
Mr. Hands was mean to me. Oh, don't
yeah,
be mean. Then there was Mr. Sluggo.
Yeah, Robot Chicken was like that, and Twisted Ego Theater was the one where they used to do it in the old Toy Fair magazines.
I think the Robot Chicken was basically a live action
I think
version.
Maybe one of the guys that used to do that, became like a writer.
Seth Green, wasn't that his name?
Uh-huh.
Seth Green. Yeah, he's kind of twisted anyway. The one I always remember was the little nerdy guy goes to the dealership and he says, "Yes, I need to buy a large vehicle to make up for the fact that I have a small penis." and they show this giant SUV, and he goes, "No, you don't understand. It's inverted." And then they showed him the recognizer from Tron, and he goes, "Yeah, that's it."
Like a land yacht, yeah. What was the one from? Do you remember the one from RoboCop, the first RoboCop movie? They had that car. It was like the 6000 SUX or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it gets like, 5 miles to the gallon. Yeah, it was just all the excess.
Yeah, here we go. So we triggered Susudio here. Oh no, it's Mr. Sluggo. He's gonna be mean to me again.
Yeah. The other guy, one of the henchmen, gets one. He's like, "Look, I got a 9000 SUX," and Clarence Bonner.
The other one had this BFG and just blew it up.
Yeah, he blows it up.
That was the guy Clarence Boddicker, played by the same guy that played Red Foreman.
Great villain though, man, because you don't like expect it. He doesn't look like it, but he's just so mean. Yeah,
He goes into the apartment. He goes into the apartment with the
yeah,
bad guy from OCS in there, and he goes in there, and the guy's in there doing blow with the hookers and everything,
yeah.
and he just walks in the door and he goes, "Bitches leave," and they go, "Okay, we gotta go. See you later."
Yeah, that was horrible. He's like, what does he say? I work for Dick Jones. Dick Jones runs OCP. OCP
Yeah.
runs the cops.
Yeah. Yeah, SNL. That was back when SNL was good. Back when it was actually funny.
Yeah, I think that was
SNL
even
hasn't
in
been
the
funny.
70s or early 80s, right? Because I was really young
It
when that came
was.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to think I was getting away with something if I caught an episode of SNL, sneaking out,
Yeah, yeah.
watching
Well,
TV
that
real
was
late.
back. That was back. That's back when you used to bring Mad Magazine to school and hide it in your school book so it looked like you were studying.
But then again, I also got to watch on VHS, which VHS wasn't really popular until what, like 83 or 84. It was, it was the early 80s, but not. I remember like certain people had a VHS in the late 70s, but not everyone. And I don't remember the first video store was actually like the pizza place in my town. They had like 30 movies you could rent, and they had to sign up.
Mhm.
The guy just was an enterprising. Our
Well,
local corner
you know,
store started carrying tapes, and just about everyone.
well, you know what I remember doing, Will. I remember we were so poor that when you went to the video store to rent the videos, you had to rent the VCR along with it. Do you remember having to do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. People would do that. I remember doing that with video game systems too when they first came out. Like we couldn't
Hmm.
afford to have
Yeah.
like a Super Nintendo. Me and my friend did a bunch of work all summer, and we rented a Super Nintendo for a week. And later that year, my older brother actually got a second job during Christmas and bought me a Super Nintendo for Christmas. Awesome brother. Um,
Yeah.
but I was going to say, there were two movies on tape that we had laying around the house. Another thing my dad used to do was I had an uncle who he could afford cable and he had HBO and stuff. So my dad would buy bulk blank tapes and just give them to my uncle, who would just put them in his VCR and hit record on HBO, like overnight, sometimes during the day, just whenever. My dad said, just keep running them. So we would get like, the tape would start in the middle of a movie. It would run for like maybe a movie or two and then like cut off in the middle of a movie. So I had all these tapes with like half movies on it. So, but we would watch them over. There was
Hmm.
one called The Boob Tube. Do you remember that? It was like a sketch comedy kind of movie. It was like Kentucky Fried Movie. I almost said something different. Kentucky Fried Movie was another one. It was like a sketch, kind of comedy, a bunch of
That
different, an
one.
anthology. And there was one called Boob Tube. There was a movie called Caveman. There was also one, yeah, Kentucky Fried Movie. Not appropriate for children, but I used to watch it, and half the jokes went over my head, but just it was in that comedy format, so we sat around and laughed at it. But there was some nudity and some other things that little boys giggled at.
Right.
Land
Yeah,
shark.
I remember those things. Yeah. Yeah. You remember the land shark on Saturday Night Live? That's what she's remembering. Yeah. Over here, put our names on the screen so folks will know the difference between you and I. There we go.
I always UHF was a funny movie. Yeah, that was Weird Al. That was
Yeah.
a little later.
I
That was a
love
great movie.
that. Conan the
Or
Librarian.
or back when I was at like 9 or 10, I think that's when like Eddie Murphy Delirious hit, and that was like, I mean, he even made fun of it in like his next stand-up routine where he said all these kids standing on the school ground or guys going to work reciting his act. I remember there was
Well,
Mr.
you remember
Robinson.
it was Eddie Murphy Raw, not
Hmm.
Raw. it was Raw.
Yeah.
It was right after Delirious. And Raw actually played in the movie theaters. And he goes, okay, I know you guys are going to do this. You're going to
Yeah.
go out, you're going to try to say my jokes, and you're going to ruin them. But I'm going to give you a joke that you can't ruin, and you can use this whenever you want to. A bear was taking a shit in the woods.
Yeah.
Over, and there was a rabbit taking a shit right next to him. And he goes, you have trouble with shit sticking to your fur? And the rabbit said no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Because he probably heard it all over, man. There were whispers of, on the playground, in recess, someone pull you over to the side and they just start doing Eddie Murphy, basically, in the gymnasium. And everyone would be cracking up, and it was hilarious.
Well, the thing about irreverent humor that seems to be lost on today's generation, it's funny because it is irreverent.
Yeah.
That's what makes it funny. Richard Pryor was hilarious. Yes, he
Oh
was.
my God.
Oh, no, you want to hear some bad stuff? Did you ever get a chance when you were a youngster to get your hands on any of the party albums that Red Fox did?
I never heard them until I was older, but yes, they are hilarious. Yeah.
And raunchy. What was it?
Yeah.
He said, I was fucking this white woman. And she said, oh, you big black man, fuck me hard and make me hurt. So I hit her in the head with a brick.
I don't remember that one, but yeah, they and they just pushed it farther and farther. I think I saw a YouTube video about those, and they just every time they had to make it like more and more raunchy because people were buying these. Well, you couldn't get the kind of comedy, and you couldn't get out to comedy.
Yeah, those party albums that Red Fox did, they were underground albums. You couldn't just go to the record store and buy them.
And people, they have people over, they put the record on, sit around, drink, and just listen to them and pee their pants. Because it was some of the worst stuff you ever heard. And they said like they increasingly got more raunchy and kind of out there as they went on.
It all culminated, I think, in my opinion, with Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I can remember listening to his stuff and laughing my ass off when I was younger. I've listened to Andrew Dice Clay here recently, and I didn't find any of that shit funny.
Well, can you believe that one day it was brought up a couple of years ago, but someone said something, and there was a time where everyone, if you said hickory dickory dock, everyone could finish it. You know what I mean? But I was at work and just working with the guys, and someone said one of them, and oh yeah, I remember that. And three of the guys are like, "Who are you talking about? Who's Andrew Dice Clay?"
Like,
what?
Yeah. Well,
you don't know who he is? Oh my God! Yeah. So he's faded into obscurity with a certain generation. I'd say anyone under 30 probably doesn't know who he is.
Well, he made a terrible movie called Ford Fairlane, and I think that hurt his career greatly.
Terrible. That was a great movie. You don't remember that? Actually, it was one of those movies that just played on HBO all the time. So yeah.
Well, they used to do. She was talking about blue humor. They used to say, "I don't work blue" or "I work blue."
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ford Fairlane, and after that, he kind of faded into obscurity. And then, the last time I ever saw him, now I'm sure he's been around since then. But the last time I ever saw him, he was weeping on the Oprah Winfrey Show, saying how sorry he was that he ever did any of that irreverent comedy. I would have.
Is that right? Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I thought he kept going and just kind of the movie Ford Fairlane. I would say I'm not going to say like I enjoyed it, but I did know a lot of lines from it and did watch it a lot because it was on all. It seemed like there's like three movies from my youth, like Escape from New York seemed like it was on every weekend. The Beastmaster and Ford Fairlane. I saw those movies they were always on HBO in like constant rotation. I would catch them all the time.
Oh, we didn't have cable when I was a kid, so I had to peruse my friends who were rich enough to have it houses, and get to watch it. But I can remember one of the first movies that I can remember watching was on Showtime.
Oh my god.
And Showtime was worse than HBO because it showed
Yeah.
grindhouse type fare on it with a little bit of
Yeah.
titty every once in a while.
Yeah. Or
But hopefully,
Skinamax.
yeah,
Cinemax turned into
yes,
like a porn channel after midnight. It was like,
yes. Well, one of the greatest uh, uh, revenge films ever. Uh, God, what was the name of that damn movie? I remember watching it. This guy comes back from Vietnam and he had been in a POW camp over there and been
is that the
tortured.
Deer Hunter?
No,
Oh, okay.
and he comes back home and they give him this big party, and Miss Texas comes up and gives him a case full of $50 for every day that he was held in captivity, and he goes
Hmm.
home and his wife has basically figured he was dead, so now she's dating somebody else. So he goes and lives in the garage and sleeps in the floor. And then the guy who plays Roscoe P. Coltrane decided that he and his buddies would come and steal those silver dollars, and so they held his family hostage. And when he came in, they tried to get him to tell, and of course he's not going to tell because he's been through a whole lot worse. And they put his hand in the garbage disposal, and it mangled his hand
Really?
all up. And then they killed his family and left him for dead.
Who's the actor?
Oh God, what was the name of that damn movie?
Oh, I never saw that one. It sounds really.
I'm gonna find for you real quick. We're gonna talk about that.
Maybe I saw it. I mean, I'm trying to. It doesn't ring a bell. So they take his hand off, kill his whole family.
They put his hand. They put his hand in the garbage disposal and turned it on. Yeah, and then they killed his family anyway. Even after they had shown him where the movies were. I mean, where the silver dollars were. And then they went to Mexico, and then he and Tommy Lee Jones teamed up to go down there and get them and have revenge on them. And basically the last part of the movie was just them killing everybody that was involved.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but it sounds like one of those like definitely. It was from the 80s.
70s or 80s. The Grindhouse the Cinema Database is going to tell me everything I want to know because it's one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies. All right, let's see. Where is it?
Like you said, Tommy Lee Jones was in it, right? And
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones was in it. There it is. Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder.
Major
Really?
Charles Rains has Major Charles Rain has come home to war. Rolling Thunder. Another shattering experience from the author of Taxi Driver, starring William Devane, Tommy Lee Jones, and Linda Haynes.
I never saw this movie. I want to check it out now.
You got to see this movie now, Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, I'm even looking at stills from it, and none of it looks familiar. Oh, Tommy Lee Jones looks young. They got a still of him from the movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that movie out. I never caught that one. And you said you caught it
Yes.
like on Showtime.
Yes, when I was a kid, I saw it for the first time. I now have it in my collection. I grindhoused it. It's a double feature with I think another movie. I think it's a car movie that I double featured it with and put the whole trailers and everything in it. See, a Vietnam veteran returns home from war after years in a POW camp. Major Charles Rain, William Devane, is treated as a hero, but his family proves to be distant. When thugs invade his home to steal silver coins that Rains received for his service, they mangle his hand and leave him, his wife, and son for dead. Rain survives and becomes obsessed with getting revenge. Aided by his loyal friend Johnny Voden, Tommy Lee Jones, Range, now wielding a hook for a hand, sets out on his
Yeah.
mission of
I was gonna say I'm
revenge.
looking at a picture of him with a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun, and he's got the hook
Yeah.
on the end of it. That's pretty
And he
wicked.
takes the hook. He takes the hook over to the grinding rock and turns it on and files it down to a sharp edge.
I gotta see this movie.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's a
see it.
great movie.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. That looks pretty good. The Hunted. Oh, Tommy Lee. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Hey, if I didn't think that it would get me copyright struck, I'd show scenes from this movie on here. But you know, I'm trying to be good. I'm not going to show anything tonight. The last few shows I've done, I've been very wicked. Last Saturday, I did this whole show on the Dream Machine, which is a wrestler that played on Memphis Wrestling for years. And I showed clip after clip after clip from that, and the WWE came in and cleaned my clock.
Did they?
They
I had the
they didn't
grandkids last weekend.
they didn't
Yeah.
they didn't actually copyright struck me, but they blocked me in most sections of the third world, like Afghanistan and India.
Mhm. Yeah, I think wrestling's probably one of the. I heard Nintendo's pretty strict too with their
I can
copyright.
imagine. I know the WWE ranks right up there with Toho Films. They will eat your ass if you show their shit. You know what
Yeah,
happened with me and Toho over
yeah,
Shogun Assassin.
yeah. And I've heard that like Nintendo fan channels that like promote their stuff nonstop and stay within the lanes of fair use still get hassled. You
They
know.
do, and well, if you remember back in the old days of YouTube, the gaming channels couldn't even get monetized because showing the game screen on channel would get you fucked.
Yeah,
And
which
they had
you
to,
know.
yeah, they had to do these little partnerships. What were they called? Where several different channels would get together and monetize.
Yeah, I remember that. Like just to get the rights or whatever. These like
Mm-hmm.
I forget, like content creator, consortiums or whatever. I forget what it was, but yeah, a lot of people regret doing those because like the parent company basically just leeches off them now, and
You think bit in the
I think I'm interpreting the pulses coming through. I think he said Ethan Klein was part of one of those consortiums, and he also got screwed over quite a bit.
Hopefully, I'm back
Yeah, you're back now.
now.
I thought I heard you say Ethan Klein. So, and I
I
only
did.
know because
Ethan Klein.
I saw something pop up on like my channel, and I just read the headline earlier, like today or something, where they said he got like screwed over by one of those guys.
I think Jeremy over at the Quartering went into it. I watched the video. Um, Ethan Klein had to join an MCN for one reason and one reason only, and that was because when he first made his YouTube channel, he lived in Israel. So wherever you are in the world when you make your YouTube channel, you get paid in money from that company and from that country, and you have to have it deposited in a bank in that country.
Oh, okay.
So when Ethan Klein wanted to get his money in U.S. dollars and be able to put it in a bank in the U.S., so he joined an MCN, a multi-channel network, and the deal was that instead of doing the big ad plays that they were supposed to get him from Nike and all that crap, he was going to just get the money, and they were going to get their 8%, 10%, 30% cut, whatever it was, and give him the rest of the money. Well, they were taking more than their cut of the money, and he finally found
Yeah.
out about it, and they basically gave him the bird and said, "You get your money however you want to, but we ain't giving it to you." And The only way that he can get monetized now, to get away from that, is because they're getting the money directly, because that's what you have to do. You have to set it up that way when you join an MCN.
Yeah, I'd say that's a cautionary tale just for anyone. These were
Yeah.
the early days of YouTube, so a lot of these people didn't know um, what it would be like in the future. So it was an emerging thing,
He's
and
inclined as evil swine. I
I
agree.
gotta
I
say,
agree. I
when
agree.
he
But he,
first started, way back when, and he used to just do comedy. Basically, was his forte, right? And he just used to do funny stuff.
yeah, but he's gone off the deep end here. Him and the Young Turk. He started out with, I think, with the Young Turks and all that, and it's all
Yeah.
just
A lot
garbage
of
now.
those guys started off just having fun, and then it like slowly built into something else, and they lose their
Mhm.
way. And oh, Danny Trejo, yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he's
does.
he's a
He
scary
looks real
dude, but
scary. But if you ever
he's a
see him in
sweet dude.
person, he's not nearly as tall as you think he ought to be. And he's really, really a nice guy, although he's
Yeah.
actually been to prison and all that. Yeah, Odin's Men got demonetized completely. YouTube owes him $32,000. But if you get demonetized and you're on your channel and YouTube owes you money, they say they don't owe you money
Oh, is
anymore.
that right? Really? And what did he get
Hmm.
demonetized for?
He makes videos making fun of people on TikTok.
Oh, okay, okay,
So,
okay.
the community service violate, community
Yeah, I
guide,
understand.
whatever the.
They consider, yeah, if you talk about this person or that person, it could be whatever. But yeah, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell
Salty
you,
Cracker's been old.
yeah, give it back to the viewers and refunds, sure. Because I guess, yeah, people were doing what, like super chats and super stickers and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then they
Well,
just kept the money.
that's one of the reasons why a lot of channels, they throw up something alternative to that, like Patreon or Streamlabs.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they don't. Because what does YouTube take? Like if you get a super chat for $1,
YouTube,
they take
YouTube's take is a lot more than what you think it is. YouTube's
it's like
take is
half of that or something.
30% or
Yeah.
40%. I don't
Hmm.
remember, but like
What does
Streamlabs only takes.
Patreon take? Patreon takes money from you too, right? But not
They
that
take a
much.
little bit, they take a little bit. Like
Hmm.
here's a well, I'll go ahead and say, because most people don't say how much they make. I'm supposed to get $41 a month, but I actually get $37.50.
That's not too bad,
No,
but for Patreon only is what you're saying.
that's Patreon.
Yeah.
As far as Streamlab, that they take out a percentage based upon how much you get.
Yeah. Sure.
Uh,
Sure. So yeah, I
and
feel bad for people like that because, like I said, there's a middle ground. I guess there's people like us that are just kind of having fun and just chatting with buddies, and it's a great for that. It's worth it. But unless you're one of these channels that uploads a video and then gets 1 million views in the first hour, like you're not making
well,
any money.
a good example of that is I watch the grifters. I admit it, the ones that tell you, "Oh, this is how you get monetized. This is how you get 4,000 views in 24 hours. This is how you get 1,000 viewers in 3 months," and all that crap. And some of
Do you
it's
have to
worth
pay
watching.
them?
No, this is just
Oh,
free
okay.
YouTube video. But yeah, what they want you to do is they want you to get to pay them like $50, and they analyze your channel and tell you what you need to
Yeah.
do. Personally, I don't do that. Excuse me, but I listen to all of that stuff, and basically what happens is that YouTubers think that they're going to get $1,000 a month, and they actually get $1.75
Hmm. Wait a
because
second. OBS was on cam where? on D-Day Cobra? Really?
Oh, here we
People are
go.
going nuts.
I
Ooh,
was on D-Day Cobra.
Bill, you got to
People were
get her
going
on.
nuts.
Well, I don't
He
think
got
we
over
can.
150 in less than an
Wow.
hour.
Wow. When was that? Let me put the timestamp. But I want to watch it.
Love that band across the bottom of the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, I think Nightbot puts this up here every once in a while, but I'll put it up again.
Just on the chat. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
she does. I don't even think she has a cam on that Chromebook, but
yeah. No, but
I've
she was
seen a
saying,
picture.
oh, she was just in the stream and he got over 150 in less than an hour. Yeah. Those guys clean
I,
up, man.
I've
Friday
seen a
Night
picture of.
Tights.
Yes, I've seen. She's quite a pretty lady, but she had on a Mardi Gras mask, so I couldn't see her whole
Oh, okay.
face.
Okay. She won't go on camera. I know. That's why I just thought, I was like, you were on
She's.
someone's show and they got 150 in minutes. I can imagine. Because I've heard the rumors.
Hey, look! You can donate to me on Streamlabs. Just go to streamlabs.com. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure /tip. I got a few last year, but I haven't had any this year. I think Pope tipped me. Johnny Sorensen tipped me. I think Largo did one time.
So
Can I join you
those
next time? Yeah,
guys
we'll get you back on the show again. I
yeah.
don't even know how much longer I'm going to stay on. I've already been on an hour. I usually don't
What's
stay
that
on. But
show? Friday Night Tights they do with
yeah, that's
Neurotic
Nerdy
and
Roddy or
DJ
whatever
Cole.
his name
Yeah,
is.
dude, they get like tens of thousands of people watching on a Friday night. They literally have massive following. It's pretty crazy. I've seen a
Hey,
couple of the
look.
episodes.
Here we go. Here we go. OBS says, I have a camera, a mic, a phone, all kinds of stuff. I just don't know what to do. I'll tell you exactly what you do. You come on and you just sit over there and look pretty.
No, you just talk just like you do in the chat. OBS has some really good insights and some
Really, she
really
does.
good,
I think
interesting
she'd be
things
great.
when she speaks in the chat. I know, you know, yeah. She said Tim Pool gets over 40K a night. Can you imagine that in a live chat? I mean, that thing must just be scrolling. You got five,
How's
10
Rolo
people.
doing? I haven't heard from Rolo since last
Oh,
week.
really? Okay. I
Now,
was
he
gonna
was on
say
the show a couple of times.
5 to 20 people in chat is manageable. You get
Oh,
past 20
yeah.
people, and it just starts getting. You can't
When
even
it
pick
rolls
out
like
chat.
that,
Yeah.
you have to put it on slow mode. You can do
Hmm.
that. You put it
Oh,
on
is that
slow
right?
mode where that way.
Oh, that's right. People
I
can't
think
like type in more than once a minute or something.
right. That's annoying though. But I've been in channels that put it on. I
Hmm.
think Joe over at Greyhawk Grognard does because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to get inundated with people just scrolling his
I feel
chat.
like, yeah, when it gets past like 20, 50 people even in the chat, it starts the showrunners are never going to see what you're saying unless you super chat, and mostly you wind up having
That's
some
the
cross
grift.
chat. Yeah.
That's the grift. You go over like even Jeremy does that. Jeremy and all those guys, they'll do that. They're not going to pay any attention to the chat. The only way you can get them to pay attention to you is to super chat them. Who is it? Camelot 331 over there. He's the same way, and he even does the colors. He says, "Well, I got a red boy and a blue boy and an orange boy, and if he
Wow.
gets so many orange boys, he'll do some stupid human trick on the screen like drink alcohol or whatever." And
Or
towards the
do
end of
something he would have done anyway. Yeah, I'll drink some
the
alcohol.
he drinks this thing. What is it? Fight milk. If he gets enough money in the night, he'll drink fight milk before the night's over. Where he sits there and puts all this liquor in some milk and drinks it, and
Yeah.
then there's Naked Snake where he comes out without his shirt on and dances.
Hey, if it's entertaining people, that's what it's all about.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, well, OBS, you don't have to come on cam. You could just come on and just chat. You just have your little avatar. You do one of these, where your thing is just kind of bouncing there. You get a little logo or just your name, or even picture of something else. Your Big O there would just be bouncing along.
I think that OBS and I should be on the same time, says Sue Studio.
Yeah, there you go. You should have ladies' night. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
well,
Well,
it
it'd be good
amazes
to get
me.
a different perspective on some of those subjects that come up. You know, maybe you pick a topic and whether it's a movie or an old show or something. And because, like I said, both the studio and OBS, they've got vast knowledge when it comes to some of this,
They do, and
some of the stuff that we
Studio
bring
is
up.
entertaining, in my opinion. And yeah, so Studio takes her camera down and just sits there and chats with us. She's done that on several occasions.
Yeah,
when she first
we found
came
out
on, she
about
didn't show the
Tammy.
page.
We've got it was a great story. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a interesting show tonight. I think I've had all of about 3 to 4 viewers at once so far. How late you want to stay up, Will?
Well, yeah, it is getting pretty late. I was just looking at the time, so yeah, I probably got to get to sleep soon. I didn't realize I was up so late. I was just actually going to lay down. I turned on the TV. I saw you were on, and I was like, "Oh shit, I haven't seen them in a while." And then I saw the chat
I'm
going.
glad you showed up. It's been
I just haven't caught anything in like 2 or 3 weeks now. I feel like I've been playing catch up, and missing out on a ton of different shows. So I've got this whole backlog of YouTube videos that I haven't even seen. My subscribe, like when you sort it by subscriptions, tons of videos of all these channels I haven't watched in weeks.
Well, that's the thing I was talking about earlier before you came on. Me and Adam were talking before Adam left, and we were talking about that. Once you get a channel started, and you've got a wonderful channel over there at Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, and you're also co-hosting with Largo a lot. Plus, you've had all this stuff happen in your life. But once you start YouTubing, you can't keep up with all the stuff that you kept up with before you had your own channel, and you just can't.
Yeah, I really can't. I'm backed up on so many things. So many things. I do have one thing I got recently that I want to share because he's awesome.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me address this. It's on the screen. The first time I was on, I was being attacked because one person thought I was a man. She's talking about this character named Steve. Yeah, I apologize for that. He was on.
What'd you say? Oh, that was the only time Steve was on. I don't think he came on after that. Oh no, Bill's gone. So I'm going to show you guys my Rocket Raccoon. He's from the Guardians of the Galaxy toys. He's so tiny, but he's so cool. I love him. Here he is riding a dinosaur.
No, I'm here. I just put you on full screen.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, he's scaled for 3 3/4 inch or 4-inch figures. So you can see him next to Batman here. He only comes up to about his waist, and but he's fully articulated.
Nice.
So they got all that articulation into this little tiny character, and his knees bend. He's got.
Oh, he's got
so cool.
He's got the full articulation, knees, and
the only thing I was disappointed with is that he didn't come with a big freaking gun. He should have came with a huge gun, like in the movies.
Yeah.
So I got to get him a Final Faction gun or something. But yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, and like once again, I think I was wigging out there for a minute, even when I had you on full screen. Sue Studio was talking about Steve. Yeah, Steve was high and on drugs. And
so don't let that.
I probably should have just cut his ass completely off when he first started that mess. But stupid me, I thought maybe I could help him a little bit.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't no help. He don't ever. It wasn't your fault. The guy was a bit of a jerk. I think he was.
No, he was. I think that was one of those ones where you guys stayed up all night and. Oh yeah, when I say gun, it's like because they're in outer space, it's like a laser pistol or something, where you're shooting aliens and stuff. It's not like a real thing. Hey, Master Versal Toy Hunter, how are you?
It's wigging on me. Oh no, you did fine, Susudio. You didn't get out of line. Oh, hey Thanos Copter.
Hey,
I
Thanos
saw that
Copter,
you
how
were
are
on
you?
Ozymandia. Yeah, Oz was Oz something toys. I can't losing my mind. Ostradamus toys. There we go. I saw that you were on there with him, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. We were just about ready to stop the show, and then here comes everybody. Here, I'm gonna put you back on full screen so you can show your toys to them.
Rocket on a Gallimimus.
Yeah, show off that raccoon again. Rocket riding a dinosaur.
Yeah, I really like them.
You got to get him a gun, OBS.
Hey, I thought you said not to get him one. I'm confused.
No, he
Okay.
needs a gun. She'd already said that a little earlier, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't come with one.
Yeah, here it is. It's way up here. No gun, both.
Yeah. It was kind of messed up because that was like his trademark. He had like a really huge one. Anyway, that was my fun little pickup. I didn't expect to see him, and I found him there, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, it is getting late.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, we're going to cut this show short. I was just going to say real quick. I didn't make a video, but I went to the toy section in 2 Walmarts today while we were out and about.
okay.
The one in Batesville still has the naked Stratos weighing in there barely on at the very end of the aisle. But the one in Oxford, there is no presence at all of any kind of Masters of the Universe toys at all in there.
Really? Yeah, my Walmart, like I told you, I don't know if was that on a hangout? I think we weren't live or anything. But I showed you they just put out that palette display for superpowers last week.
Yeah, I saw
That came
that.
out like 6 months ago, and they just put it out now. So my Walmart
And
like
clearance everything on
doesn't.
it too, right?
Yeah, and everything was already clearance. It was like that display, that comes out on a pallet with the cardboard and everything. And yeah, I just don't get it.
I don't know. They have plenty of the superpowers figures at Oxford. I mean, all of the Wonder Woman, Nightwing, Deathstroke
Ooh, did you
wave
see
was all.
the invisible jet? Looks good. Remember, you were speculating a while back if it was going to be
Yeah.
nice
I
or not.
saw somebody posted a picture of that. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it out yet anywhere, but I saw a picture of it
no,
with
but the picture
Wonder.
looks good. It looks
Yeah,
really good.
it had Wonder Woman sitting in it, so
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that. That's the one thing I want to get. If
I
this
would
line,
expect it to be the same as the Batwing or the Supermobile. I wouldn't expect it to be any more than that.
no, it shouldn't be, and it's
No,
about the size of the Batwing, I would think.
this is my favorite Batwing though.
That's badass.
That's really cool. I love it, and it fits 1/18
Uh,
scale figures. I think I got.
I
Who
don't
do
know
I
if you
got in
guys
there?
have been catching Mr. Home Arcade or not, but he put up a
Yeah.
video today showing all the custom figures that he's been doing. But he did a custom Batman figure, and he got one of those Batwings for him to ride in, and the
Oh,
figure
that's
fits in
nice.
there. The origin size figure fits in it just fine. I think you had to take the seat out or something.
Yeah. Uh, that's the one there. There's one just like this for 12-inch figures.
I think that's the
And
one you had.
yeah, the canopy goes like all the way back, like a lot, like it's a much longer canopy, and you kind of just lay a 12-inch figure down there. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for bigger figures, you could just make seats or glue something in there because it's really just blank. But this
Yeah,
one has a cockpit and it fits Batman really well.
cool.
And any other 118 figure, there's really not much to it, but it's really sturdy, man. You could chuck this thing across the room
Oh
and
yeah,
it would be fine. Yeah,
hit your
it's a tough
brother in the
toy.
head with it.
Yeah.
Did you see that Walmart has closed their Chicago stores?
No, I did
No, I
not see
haven't.
that.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised that Walmart hasn't closed all of their stores in Los Angeles and San Francisco either. You know that. Did you see that video recently of a guy in a Target store out there, and he's just standing over there at the shoe aisle, and he's just got a garbage sack, and he's just getting shoes off the shelf and putting
Oh
them in
my
the garbage
god! You
sack.
know, there's a store called, is it Ulta Beauty or something like that? I've never been in one, obviously, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy any of that stuff. But they get robbed all the time. I see it on the police bulletin thing because I'm in the the neighborhood crime watch thing, so I get email alerts every time. But
Mm-hmm.
those stores get destroyed constantly.
And
People just go in
how
there
long can you keep a store open
because
if that's
they
happening?
have a lot of really small stuff that's worth a lot of money. So some of one of those little makeup things is like 30 or
Yeah.
40 bucks, or maybe even Ultra Beauty or something. And people, and I see the pictures because they always get the photos. It's right by the highway, so people come in from out of town. They run in there, someone distracts the cashier, they fill a garbage bag, they run out and they get right back on the highway, and they're
They're gone.
50 miles away by the time the cops
Yeah.
even come.
Well, you know, when seconds count, the cops are just minutes away.
Hmm. But yeah, that's I'm surprised that store is not like closed nationwide because they get robbed constantly. Like it seems like they're
Well,
just always.
it was somewhere, I think it was in Seattle, not Seattle, Oregon, wherever all those people just stay in the street rioting all the time. Was it Walgreens just closed all of their stores, just closed every one of them.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I understand like you know not wanting to have your employees kind of tackling people and doing that kind of stuff, but geez, if you call the cops, they should come out and at least do something about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they just go in there with garbage bags and tote bags and backpacks and just fill them up. But this
Yeah.
particular video I saw, the guy stood there. He loads this garbage bag up with all these shoes, and then he just kind of hefts it up onto his back, and he just walks out the door. And the security guard just stands there and watches him walk out.
Yeah. I can't believe that. I don't know. I mean, I used to chase shoplifters and stuff, and I kind
No,
of
there's no need in
and
that.
well, I used to do it, but I don't anymore. And actually, one of the last times I did it was when my kids were young, and maybe one or two. And at one point, I was chasing this shoplifter, and we ran way past the shopping center through some woods, got into some neighborhood. He goes into a house, and then like 10 people came out of the house, and
Yeah, now it's
and
time to
that was
get
one of
the
those
fuck out.
moments where I was like, oh no, because I was chasing him. He ran up the driveway, I heard a bunch of shouting, and then 10 guys came out. But the police also pulled up a minute later because my employee called the cops and said I was running after these guys. But we got all our stuff back, and these dudes all scattered. But if they didn't, I
That
could
could
have
have
been in some
gone
trouble.
bad, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that could have
yeah,
gone bad.
and it was dumb. And I was like, you know what? I'm not chasing people anymore. It's not worth it. They could take the
Mm,
whatever they took.
yeah,
I had kids to think about at home, but it
yeah.
really made me think.
All right. Well, I wish I could stay on longer. And yes, Studio, I picked up a few viewers here in the last few minutes. Yeah, that's scary in an OBS.
Yeah.
But
Usually, I
I
mean,
think
I
we're
wasn't going to try and beat anyone up. I was actually being nice because I would just say, give us our merchandise back, and we'll just you're caught, but I can't just let you walk away with everything. Just give me my merch back and take off. Don't come back. I wasn't trying to get in fights or anything, but I would never do that again. I was 25. I wasn't, I was a young man, and um,
Young and
thought I
dumb.
was cool. Yeah, like I said. It
As
was nice though, because
we
they went out the front door. I ran through the back door, and I kicked the back door open, that fire exit with the bar that makes the the alarm go off. And when I kicked the door open, the two of them were there, and they split and they ran in two directions. So I chased the guy with the stuff in his hands. The other guy ran around the other way, but they almost fell down when I came jumping out that door. It was pretty fun. It was exciting, but yeah, it was stupid to do.
you had a great show. Good
Nowadays
night.
they just do that.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this one short here. I'm gonna pull up what totally out of control now.
No, and nowadays I think if you tried to even just take your merch back, you'd probably get in trouble for whatever trying to go after them.
Yeah, it's all we live.
Yeah, they used to say the best.
All right, we're gonna
return-
let this one good journey.
All right. Well, hey, it was good to catch up with you.
Special thanks to these supporters on Patreon. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like and subscribe and share the video.